Hello and welcome to the Illuminating Crossroads community. My name's Lisette, and today we're going to be doing a reading for Gemini risings for the Pisces Full Moon partial lunar eclipse on September 17th, 2024. And this could also potentially be on September 18th, depending on your time zone. So you can watch this if you are not a Gemini rising. So if you have Gemini sun or moon, you're more than welcome to, or if you just feel called to, you're more than welcome to as well. So with that being said, I'm going to dive into what's being illuminated during this full moon for you, how you can work with these energies to support your growth, what you're ready to let go of, and then we're just going to get some additional advice and guidance from your spiritual team. So if you'd like to go ahead and get comfy, maybe grab some water or tea to nourish yourself as you tune in. You can grab a journal to take some notes if you'd like, and we'll go ahead and hop right on in. So if you'd like, I'll invite you to take a few grounding and anchoring breaths to just allow yourself to really attune to this reading, to receive only that which is for your highest and greatest good during this time. All right, so we're going to start off with what is being illuminated during this full moon. So I will notate that I've already done 2 readings so far. So I did Aries and Taurus, and when I got to this reading, I started to feel really woozy, and I had to do some deep breathing exercises before starting this reading. I had to stop when I had started and do all of that to reground and get in this energy. So I'm just sharing that because during this time of the full moon, if you feel like you're kind of feeling a little bit airy in your elemental of being a mutable air sign, it might be supportive to ground is basically what I'm trying to get at. So go outside, put your feet on the ground, maybe work with some crystals, or do some, I forget what it's called when you stack the stones on top of each other and get them to balance. That's a really great grounding practice. But yeah, so anyways, here we go. We got our cards. So during this moon, something that's being illuminated is, so I don't know why I'm feeling this kind of awareness of denial of what you're actually wanting to do within life. It kind of seems that, because I'm focusing on the clouds, it kind of seems like this elemental of air is almost just putting so much on your mental body that there really is this do I want to say cleansing or purification? It just seems like, let me pull a couple more cards. It just seems like there's this, as if there's this block, but it's literally just it's almost just like smoke in front of your face, but it's causing you to not be able to see the desire that's actually coming to the forefront more predominantly for you at this time. So at the time of this full moon, let me see where this would be taking place in your chart. So, okay, so this full moon is illuminating your 10th house. So I feel like that okay, that helps. That makes a little bit more sense. So, so the 10th house represents career, long-term goals, and like your reputation out in the world. So kind of like how you're seen within the public eye. So at this time, you can really be kind of called to kind of see like how have you been moving towards your goals, like, and do you even know what they are? Or like, are you just trying to take action but you still can't see, and you just kind of keep forging forward? And especially, so the Nine of Wands here is kind of representing, you know, like all of the things that you've kind of gone through, and like the actions that you've taken. And you know, this person's a little like beaten up, but like they're standing strong. But there's also like a wall of wands surrounding them. So there's like I am almost getting like this a little like paranoia, or like it's just like very I don't want to say defensive, but that could be the case. So it's kind of like, are you aware of like what's actually happening, or are you just so in your mind, or like your ego's kind of taking the reins, that you're kind of not really connected to what it is that your soul is desiring to have. So it's like there's this missing link of like what you're taking action towards just for the sake of doing things, compared to taking action towards these things because you're truly like wanting to commit or really feel inspired to do them. So sometimes when the Ace of Wands is reversed, we could be lacking inspiration, or maybe like our creativity is kind of dim, or maybe you're experiencing some burnout, and it's almost like you're like being handed like a new lens of awareness towards what it is that you're actually desiring. So at the time of this full moon, you know, full moons are definitely a time of culmination, of like celebrating how far you've come along on your journey and everything. But this kind of feels like if you don't feel like you have anything that you can like really celebrate authentically and joyfully, then kind of asking yourself like, well, where have you denied yourself connection with things that you're actually wanting to explore and do within your life? And what would it mean to allow yourself to dive into these things that you're kind of desiring at a deeper level without, I guess, without having so much worry or fear or a lack of trust, really. And then we do have the Knight of Swords here. So I would just say, I don't know why this is making me think of like other people's thoughts like coming into your field and having like a big influence on it. So I would just really make sure, especially because we said the thing about grounding, I would also make sure that what am I trying to say? That you're kind of like establishing boundaries and awareness, or just like being more observant towards like what is actually your thought from your mental body and what is coming from other people, and how can you like not allow those racing thoughts of others kind of take the reins of your mental body. You could also work with Archangel Michael at this time if that's something that resonates with you, just because I'm like focusing on the sword and just thinking of the sword of truth. So if that is a supportive essence you'd like to connect with, you can do so. And okay, so next we're gonna see, well, I'm gonna get some like additional insight on this. So let's pull from our ancestors and oracle deck to kind of get a little bit more illumination on this energy that's kind of at the surface right now. I'm really focusing on like all the reds and greens. So maybe at this time of the full moon, really focusing on your root and your heart chakra. So how can you find safety and security, and also invite yourself to, I don't know why I'm hearing, let go of any jealousy you might be holding. And also anger as well. Seems to kind of be a big thing. And also, if you feel yourself getting irritable during this time, knowing that this irritability, sorry, hold on. I dropped a card. Knowing that this irritability is actually giving you an invitation to allow whatever these like emotions or thoughts or what have you to arise, so you can acknowledge them, like, and put a close to whatever unhealthy like paranoia or just like how do I want to say, I don't is it like, oh yes, like when we kind of take things too personal, that could be another thing that could be arising at this time. So, and of course, just knowing if you're feeling or experiencing these emotions, like we're human, it happens, but how can you create a space to kind of let that change, let that shift, so you're not just festering in those energies, because that is just kind of depleting your vitality as well, and it's not supporting with allowing you to bring in whatever this new creative spark is. All right. So we have Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect, which is beautiful. That ties in well with the Two of Wands. And then over here we have Wise One, grow within your current situation. So with this, there's this invitation to kind of look at things from like all perspectives, right? So, you know, your Gemini essence anyways is already mutable air. So in that mutability, how can you invite yourself to be adaptable, to see things from another perspective, so that you can invite a greater awareness and kind of expand your consciousness, so it's not just stuck in one fixed point of experiencing your present situation, whatever it may be in regards to this. So for example, if there's some things going on with work or with you trying to find work, then maybe there's a bigger invitation to slow down a little bit and kind of reassess and to notice, like, okay, what's been working and what hasn't. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so no more messages from that oracle deck. All right, so I think we're gonna go to this one. This is a pure magic oracle deck, and let's see. Okay. All right, beautiful. So we have hidden familiars. So at this time, if you enjoy doing like journeys, like shamanically, or if you do like dream journeying, it might be supportive to like work with your animal spirit guides or your animal totems to help you move through some of these challenges that you might be experiencing, or even some of this like indecision of like knowing what to do next. So this is making me think of an eagle, but it could be a hawk. And then we have a rabbit, a wolf, and then over here we have an owl, and I believe that's a raven. But it could be a crow. I feel like it's a raven. All right, so let's see if there's any additional messages. So how can you work with these energies to support your growth, and what are you ready to let go of? All right. Okay, so we have ancestors here, and it says family, survival, death, and worship. So I do wonder so the sun is in your fourth house right now. I'm like just looking to make sure. Yes. Okay. So the sun is illuminating your fourth house, and Mercury is also there or at the time of the full moon. Sorry, I'm recording a little bit before, so I'm a little thrown off when I say stuff. But if there's any like familial patterns that are taking place at this time, or if there's like how do I want to say, like fear or survival things, and maybe that are coming to the surface, that like thinking of like maybe that your ancestors experienced before that are kind of arising for you, maybe seeing how you could just nurture those parts and to just honor your ancestors, and also know, like, let them know that you got this, that it's okay, they don't have to worry. And if you do have a grandmother that passed, maybe if you don't already have a connection with her as she's on the spirit side, you can just invite yourself to have little conversations. Let your grandma know that you love her. If you miss her, let her know. Maybe let her know like what things are happening now within your life, and just allowing yourself to really build that connection if that's something that you'd like, because it's definitely there and available to you. All right, and then I'm just noticing that all of these are green, and I don't think all the cards have the same like colors, so I will say I don't work with this deck that often, so I'm gonna see what it says in the book, just out of curiosity, because I want you to get the most out of this. Okay, so that's what I thought. So it's just the green represents Earth. So yeah, so thinking of in the witch's world, Earth is the battery, the generator that provides stability, security, and grounding influence, and the capacity for growth at the deepest levels of being. Okay. So this card that came out is Earth Mother, so psychic recharge, grounded healer, mentor, and layers. All right. So so yeah, so 100% advice, you got to get grounded. You really do. And it would be supportive to, like, if you have gifts, because I feel like, I just feel like such this like shamanic energy and this like this really thin kind of like veil, or I don't know if you do any type of scrying. Sorry if I say it wrong, but hopefully you know what I mean. Or like just different intuitive work. I think that you're being called to like to activate some of these gifts of yours more deeply, or if you haven't been sharing them, to actually let them shine a bit more. Yeah, and definitely connecting with like animal spirits, or just animals, or noticing the synchronicities of different animals. And then here I'm looking at the eye, so maybe really working on like a meditative practice if you don't have one already, and just adding a little bit of sacredness to your space, and really making sure too that you're like cleansing and purifying and grounding the energy within your home, within your body, and just allowing the tools that you're using as well to be more like earth nature based, or like earthy, so that will help with your air elemental. All right, and then next we're just gonna get some closing additional advice and guidance from the Starseed Oracle deck. Okay. All right. So we have Weave a Hawthorns, Deep Love, Mother's Milk, and Birth as a Portal. So that came out in the Taurus rising reading as well, I do believe. So for this, just really allowing yourself to be encompassed by more love, to really invite areas of where there doesn't have to be like rigidness. Like there can be like, it doesn't have to be a square. It could be a circle. so the energy could kind of flow a little bit more, and so that you can feel more connection and more movement, more inspiration, like we were talking about before, and more clarity on like what, now that you have some greater awareness, now where do you want to move towards? Okay, and then we'll just get a card or two from the Animal Spirit deck, since the animals kind of kept coming up a lot for you. Maybe we could see what animals would be most supportive for you to work with during this Pisces full moon. All right, so first animal that came up is Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. All right, so I feel like this is definitely speaking towards like some of these like gifts that you have, or maybe some of these things that you just want to do with your life. Like, give yourself more credit. You got this. You can do it. And even better, we have Chameleon Spirit. And this says, act as if. So, whatever it is that you are desiring to have more of within your life, whatever you're dreaming of with that Two of Wands, allow yourself to be playful and to bask within that essence of already being within it. And I know sometimes it definitely is hard to do that when we have like other things going on, but like what would it mean to allow yourself to like, you know, I don't know, like when we're little kids, we pretend, we play and act in different roles or what have you. So how can you kind of embody this childlike essence, which generally is pretty accessible for Geminis? So, and then also, you know, thinking of that, just because since ancestors came up, and, you know, thinking of your ruler Mercury, which is this essence of kind of the in-between, the messenger. So, you know, if you have any desire or gifts towards like mediumship, or wanting to do shamanic work, allow yourself to dive into that more, to trust that you're capable of doing those things if that's something that does resonate with you. And if it's not, then don't even let it sway you away from what it is that you're desiring. So just honor whatever it is and know that you got this. Let yourself be held within love so that you can take action from a place of love. So there is no fear, no paranoia, no anxiousness tied to what you are wanting to have within this next cycle. So invite yourself to really let all of those old things go, reflect, and invite spaciousness to have these new sparks of inspiration to flow through. All right. So I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I am going to go ahead and close out this reading with divine love, light, and wisdom. We are complete. So if you'd like to join the Illuminating Crossroads community, you could do so by subscribing. Feel free to leave a comment down below if this resonated with you at all. Hopefully it wasn't all over the place. There was a lot that I was kind of feeling, but I do hope that it was supportive, and I do hope that you have a beautiful full moon, and I'm sending you many blessings and much love. Until next time, bye.